Namaste. Wonderful to be with you again today. I hope you can hear me better. Yesterday there was some problem with the audio. So, welcome again to our infinite journeys in the realm of vibrations, in the realm of healing ourselves with vibrations. Yesterday, we delved briefly on an idea which is often very difficult for us to digest. We are so used to seeing our deities as forms and worshipping them as stories and forms that it's difficult to imagine that forms we worship can also be recognized within our body as seed vibrations, seed sounds even. So yesterday what we tried to do was to demystify name and form of deities and bring them into our body and recognize them as energies within our body. So we began with the most popular deity who is known all over the world, Ganesh, Lord Ganesh. But Lord Ganesh not as the form that we see or recognize, not as the stories that we hear, but as a simple but deep, powerful energy within our body, within our being, not the physical body, within our whole very complex makeup of vibrations, which is us, which some source has made, which we do not know, the science of which we have not fathomed for ourselves. But we know that we are a complex whirling of vibrations, and whenever something goes a little off, when our vibrational being shifts a bit, then we are not at ease. We become diseased, and that is the basis of disease. Non-coordination of vibrations within our being. So to recognize any of these deities that we pray to as energies within our being is one of the keys to recognizing different energies of different forms we worship as different characteristics of our own being, as different energies placed in different parts of our being in correspondence with our physical body, the energy centers which we recognize with respect to different organs, different vertebrae in our spine, etc. So when we understand that our different energy centers actually hold different parts of the universe within us, then we will understand that if our body is the universe, if our body is a hologram of the universe, then everything in the universe, including the deities of the universe, are also energies within us. So Ganesha was denoted by the energy of the sound Gang. Ga with a bindu. Gang. So, because you could not hear me clearly yesterday, we are going to once again go through that whole cycle. Namaste to everyone. Everyone saying namaste and hello. Namaste. So, we are once more going to revise because I got a feedback that somebody found it a little difficult. So to make it very, very simple, it's not difficult, there are only 6 sounds, very simple. So if we stop going into the science and the explanation of it and concentrate on the energy and how you're feeling it descending from the top to the bottom, the base of your spine, you will see how different energies relate to different parts of your body and indeed to different deities. But those deities are energies which are situated in different parts of your body as energies within your body. Okay, so the Shakti Ganesha mantra is what we did yesterday and we are revising today. The Shakti Ganesha mantra, which is within the practice of Sri Vidya. Sri Vidya bases its practice on the science and the makeup of the Sri Chakra or the Sri Yantra, which consists of 9 levels, each level corresponding to a different level of our own mind-body complex, our own body, with respect to the chakras. In Sri Vidya, you have different names for different chakras, different from what we have learned earlier as the Panchamahabhuta chakras, etc. But the place of the chakras are similar, except here we do 9 chakras in Sri Vidya. In the Ganesha mantra, however, we are doing only 6 sounds. Remember, only 6 sounds, beginning from the top of our head, Om, at the forehead, Hreem, at the tongue, Shreem, at the heart, Kleem, at the belly, Glaung, belly and stomach, yeah, Glaung, and then Gung, Gung. So these are the 6 sounds. And at the end, we end it with a sentence. Gang Ganapataye Vara Varada Sarva Janamme Vashamanaya Swaha. If you can't remember this, if you only do the 6 sounds, that's also fine. You can keep repeating the 6 sounds. You will be descending the Shaktis all together into your Muladhara chakra. Yes? Saraswati, Bhuvaneshwari, Mahalakshmi, Durga, and down. Yes? So, Glaum and Gung are sounds of Ganesha. Glaum and Gung, but particularly Gung at the Muladhara chakra. Okay? If you have any questions, you can type them a little later after we have finished the practice, and then I'll attempt to answer them for you. But not right now. Right now, just concentrate on the sound. Okay, somebody wants the spelling of the bija sound. Okay, I'm writing it in English, so it's ending in M, but actually it's Bindu. Okay. It's not pronounced as O, not glom, no, glaum, glaum. And U are separately pronounced. Glaum. Okay. Thank you, Rakhi. So, Om, Hreem, Shreem, Kleem, Glaum, Gang, Ganapataye, Vara Varada, Sarva Janamme Vashamanaya Swaha. Swaha is to surrender yourself completely to the great divine forces that are flowing down into your being and settling in a coiled energy of the Kundalini at the base of your being. So Ganesha is also synonymous with your Kundalini energy. Yeah? Okay. Ready? Take a deep breath. Shri at the heart, now at the stomach, Glaum. Now at the base, the Muladhara, Gang. Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam me Vashamanaya Swaha. Om. Forehead, Hri. Tongue, Shri. Heart, Kli. Stomach, Glaum. Muladhara, Gang. Ganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam me Vashamanaya Swaha. Once more. Hri. Shri. Kli. Glaum. Ganganapataye Varavarada Sarvajanam me Vashamanaya Swaha. Ganganapataye Namaha. So I hope it is clear and audible today and has got more reinforced in your practice since yesterday. When you start doing this every day, you'll actually feel the different Shakti energies descending from the top, going down, and then settling down as a great force at your Muladhara chakra. Okay? Let the energy flow. Don't think you're holding anything anywhere. We are not holding anything. We are becoming a channel. Your base is in connection with the earth energy. So when this energy of different Shaktis comes flowing down within your being and reaches the Mooladhara, it becomes one with Bhumi. It becomes one with the earth energy. It helps your being to hold itself better with the gravitational energy, with the earth energy, and helps to make your Aadhar stronger. The Aadhar, which is the base, which is the beginning of any good, positive, strong, creative manifestation in your life. So, whenever you want to manifest something, your Aadhar has to be strong. Ganesha is the Aadhar of your being. And that is why we begin whatever we do remembering Ganesha, remembering our base energy of our universe, of our being. Okay? At some point, maybe tomorrow itself, I will introduce the whole concept of Sri Vidya and the concept of the Sri Yantra and the different levels of the Sri Yantra vibrationally to you so that you can embark. We have already done 2 practices of Sri Vidya. One is the Amar Nyas, which you learned in the first 9-day vibrational healing journey that we had. We did the Amar Nyas. For those who did not attend earlier, you can go back to FOMO NOMO and see the videos again. I believe it was perhaps the 7th or 8th session that we had where we spoke about the Shaktis and did the Amar Nyas. Many of us are already practicing it. So 2 practices we have already learned. The purification sounds, the Bija sounds, the Amar Nyas, and the Ganesha Bija mantras today, which include the Shakti mantras and end at the Ganesha, because all the Shaktis come together to coil themselves in our Kundalini Shakti at the Mooladhara as the Mooladhara energy, Gang, also called the Ganesha Bija mantra. So we've learned 2 kinds of practices: Nyasa, purification, and creating the Aadhar with the Ganesha before we do any other practice. So if you do these 2 practices, you will feel greatly empowered every morning. Of course, I always recommend that before you begin anything, please practice gentle, relaxing, deep breathing. Let the breath go in and let the breath come out. When the breath goes in, feel it going right into your stomach, as deep as possible, as slowly as possible, and exhale as slowly as possible, as relaxed as possible. So if you can incorporate into your practice the Shavasana before you do anything and the Shavasana after all your practices, whether you're doing yoga, chanting, to lie down and assimilate, let the being assimilate, let go of your limbs, feel every limb one by one, right from your toes to your head, including your arms, your fingers, your palms, everything. Also, a very, very important practice, which I will do with you right now, is to cure yourself of any aches and pains that you might have in your body, any stiffness that you might have in your body, by breathing into that part of your body. And if that is not easy, chanting into that part of your body. Any part. It can be your shoulder, It can be your feet, it can be your lower back, it can be the back of your neck, it can be your head, it can be your temples, anywhere, wherever you feel discomfort. We will breathe into that part with the chanting of Om. So, do you remember how we chant Om? How do we chant Om? What is Om? Om is a pyramid of sound, starting with a wide sound from the hollows of your body, going to O, U very quickly, and U becoming nasal. So the symbol of Om is U and Chandrabindu, for those who understand it in Sanskrit or Hindi. The symbol of Om is the sound U and the nasal sound dot or Chandrabindu on top. So ultimately, Om, which is situated, the Bija Mantra Om, which is situated between your eyebrows at the Agnya Chakra, actually that sound reaches the Agnya Chakra and vibrates here only when the sound becomes oo and nasal. So you never close your mouth while chanting Om. Never. Okay? You bring your mouth into an oo shape. So it's a bindu. Your mouth is as closed as possible but yet open. A little bit of your mouth is open, just like the tiniest hole in any circle. So imagine your mouth has become a sphere from within and is closed with a small point opened. So not ma, lips not shut. So let's do the Om once more. Okay. Take a deep breath. Must come here at the end. It will only come here when it becomes oo and nasal. Okay, try again. Once more. Now, I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes and very softly chant Om along with me. Just feel the peace descending into your mind and into every cell of your body. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now think of any point in your body which is not completely relaxed or which has any discomfort or any pain or any ailment. It can be in your bones, it can be in your organs inside, in any organ of your body. It can be a condition you have at the moment, maybe your throat is paining from within, maybe you have a cough and cold, anything, any discomfort that you feel. Now bring your attention to that discomfort or any part of your body and take a deep breath. And while you chant Om with me, feel the Om traveling to that part of the body and giving it light and easing it out and curing it. So take a deep breath with me and let us start chanting to that part. Feel the vibration. Feel the Om in the area of your choice. Feel it circulating there. Feel it easing out the point of your body. Take another deep breath. And again. Feel the Om circulating at that point and curing the energy there. Feel the light of Om washing that area, relaxing it, curing it. Another deep breath. Feel the light of Om. Feel the energy, washing it, clearing that part, relaxing it, purifying it, healing it completely. Relax. Take a deep breath. Feel the white light of Om nourishing the cells in the area, washing, cleansing, healing, curing. Relax. Take a deep breath. Feel the light. Relax. Feel the healing of the sound. Relax your body and the point of concentration completely. Heal yourself with the light and sound of your own being, of the Bija sound, the Bija mantra, Om. And once more, take a deep breath. Feel the light, feel the energy whirling inside, purifying, cleansing, healing, relaxing your body completely. Relax. Keep breathing deeply in and out. In and out. So if your eyes are still closed, you may slowly open your eyes now. Okay. This is a very, very powerful practice of the Pranav Bija mantra, Om. Whenever you have a condition, try this with deep breathing in and then with a deep and long breath out, the chanting of Om, directed to the area of discomfort. And after 5 or 6 deep breathing and chanting, directing the energy of the Om to the area of discomfort, you will find that area beginning to relax. So ideally, if you go on very, very slowly, in a very relaxed manner, for about 9 times, most of the time, any sudden discomfort that comes to you will be gone completely. Something that is more chronic, more long term, will take more treatment. But any sudden ailment, any sudden pain, even a feeling of claustrophobia, a catch, if your leg goes to sleep, or suddenly something happens somewhere in your body, you will be able to remove that condition by directing the energy of your sound, of the sound of Om, to that area of the pain. So try it. Maybe some of you have tried it. Did any of you have any condition? And did you feel anything after chanting together? I don't see any comments. Yes, Nitin, yes, it is a powerful mantra, the Ganesh mantra. Smita says it was magical. Yes. Nupur says, yes, it works, feeling better. I'm glad, Nupur, wherever your problem may have been. It is very powerful. I discovered this actually on my own many, many years ago. I discovered this in 1992, which is 28 years ago. Yes, you have a cough, you're feeling better. Geetika ji, it says it works. I discovered this about 28 years ago when I had a surgery. And the day after the surgery, I had a shooting pain in the area of the surgery, and quite spontaneously, without any warning, I found myself chanting Om half audibly, almost softly, to the area of the pain, like a beam of vibration to the area of the pain. And that's what you're going to do. See that beam of vibration going to the area of the pain. And to my surprise, in 1.5 seconds, the pain disappeared. And all that I'm sharing with you, all that I'm teaching you through all these sessions, that whole journey of discovery began after this one experience where magically my pain disappeared in about 1.5 seconds. Because that led me to the realization of the power of sound on the human body. And it was only after that that I went into deep seeking, deep search, deep research of the different and the great teachings in our culture, in our ancient practices, which are so powerful and so magical that with their use, we don't need anything else to heal ourselves. So I wish you great experimentation with yourself, with your body, with your being. I wish you the peace and the concentration of mind and the willingness to take on this great adventure of healing yourself with your own being, with the great and powerful tools that lie right within you. The tool of your breath, the tool of your sound, the tool of your intention, the tool of your hands. All these tools, you yourself are your best medicine. The Om is vibrational medicine. The Bija mantras are vibrational medicine. Just like you give yourself a dose of tablets to heal something, give yourself a dose of chants 4 times a day, 1 minute each. Like you pop your pills, you get your water, you take out a tablet, you put it inside you. That whole process takes at least 1 minute. So instead of that process of 1 minute, give yourself a chant. 9 times of chanting or 12 times of chanting will not take you more than 1 minute. If you give yourself a vibrational dose 4 times a day of 1 minute, you will not need medicines in your life because you have vibrational medicine with you. Yes? So, I don't see, I see some really nice comments. The stiffness in the fingers got relaxed. Wonderful, Smita. I'm so happy. Somebody has a pain. Yes, you can try. Your mother has a pain. You can try. If you can demonstrate it to her, do it with her. I'm sure you will be able to help her. Okay. Wonderful. So tomorrow we will meet again, going further in our journey of vibrational healing. Tomorrow again at 4 o'clock on FOMO NOMO Facebook Live. So in case any of you have not liked FOMO NOMO so far, please like the page so that you are notified in time for all our sessions. There is also another session by me tomorrow at 5:30, which is on the Shruti Foundation Facebook page. So Facebook Live on Shruti Foundation at 5:30, which will be after the FOMO NOMO session at 4 p.m. At 5:30, we will be discussing how to build immunity with the secrets of Indian heritage. It will be the second talk. We've already done one talk last Sunday, and this will be the second talk this Sunday. So, in case you were not there last Sunday, you can go to Shruti Foundation and hear that last talk. And tomorrow you will have two talks by me, one at 4 on FOMO NOMO and one at 5:30 on Shruti Foundation. So look forward to being with all of you for a long time tomorrow. And please take care of yourself, be happy, and let others be happy. And see you tomorrow. Namaste.